Okay, do you want a copy of this?
When you pay your taxes, you expect some things in return, like reliable infrastructure and law enforcement, unless you're the one on the other side of the fence.
You have to pay the police to arrest you, the prosecutor to prosecute you, the probation department to oversee you, and then of course you're paying the driver responsibility fees, which is supposed to be money to defray the costs of the police to come after people like you in the first place, so you're going to pay it again.
Meet government's little-known method of raising revenue, cost recovery fees, basically charging law offenders for offending the law. Never mind that law offenders are very often taxpayers who've paid for the service.
I don't know if you'd label it double dipping or whatever it is. The law provides us the ability to do it, so that's what we do.
Cities are collecting hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Do taxpayers get a rebate?
Taxpayers get a rebate as far as
from the money you collect?
No, I don't think that happens.
Initially, cities are targeting a group of offenders least likely to speak out, impaired drivers.
In our state, we have more than 35,000 people a year arrested for drunk driving, so it's a heck of a base.
In some cases, cities are billing drivers who were not legally impaired or convicted of a criminal offense. Some cities charge by the minute, others have a list of fees. Counties may charge for prosecutor time. This on top of court fees and ticket fees motorists pay to the state. For 2 years, the district judges in Grand Rapids refused to collect the city fees. And in Holland, one judge spoke out when the city council was considering a minimum $400 cost recovery fee.
At some point, however, we reach a tipping point where the monetary penalties we impose on an individual defendant become, in my view, disproportionately harsh.
There is question whether cities have the power to charge the fees in the first place. Cities have relied on this Michigan statute for their authority, but the Michigan Appeals Court called that problematic. One city that charged a fee seems to be aware of that.
And we wrote and just said this isn't done properly and we're not going to pay it. And at the time, we never heard another word.
Chief Messer estimated up to $60,000 a year.
Cities admit the fees are money grabs. Police departments can be expensive. In the last 5 years, the city of Holland paid out more than $1 million in overtime. A review of 43 Michigan cities shows that more than half have a cost recovery ordinance, many of them written with the same language. The city of Holland was the most recent city to jump on board.
In Ottawa County, we're the only agency that didn't do it.
As for ticket fines, cities complain that the state siphons off most of that for things like libraries and pensions.
Whenever we write a ticket, it probably costs us more to pay the officer and the gas and the vehicle fees and those kind of things.
The question now is, when does this practice stop? There are cost recovery fees for traffic offenses, but tomorrow it could be for basic city services.
Government has an insatiable appetite for revenue. There's this old maxim that government will always expand into the revenues that it has available to them. That's great for them during the boom times, but when an economy heads south, they frequently look to make up that revenue to keep the fiscal party going, so to speak, rather than to cut expenditures that had once never existed before.